The words or phrases I most overuse are, really? Really? But really, I've been using really only because my girlfriend continuously, when I say things, she goes, really? She does it with this question mark at the end, which I find, at first I found annoying because I thought that she was actually questioning me, but now I understand that it's just the way she talks, and now I find it endearing. Okay, stop taking photos of myself.
I am sitting here with Danny Huston, who is going to be seen very shortly in Magic City on Stars. This is the second season where he plays Ben the Butcher. Boy, WTF is all I've got to say.
I mean, the butcher kind of gives me away a little bit, doesn't it? Just the name alone,
yeah.
I mean, the nickname alone.
But this is interesting in season 2 because Ben, the butcher, you see that he is not necessarily in charge. He has someone to answer to.
Yes, I mean, the story's opening up a little bit. I mean, he's paternal, fatherly. He just wants me just to cool down and control myself a little bit so that we can deal with business. They're kind of like family in a way, but they're not necessarily men that can be trusted.
Not family that I would like to be related to, but yeah, I understand.
Could be useful from time to time.
Yeah, could be useful. Yeah. What is it that speaks to you about it? What's the most fun you have doing this part?
You know, I mean, I love to sort of dissect my villains. I mean, literally like take a scalpel out and prod them and see where it is that they feel. And once I can figure that out, I can hopefully form those characters as not as necessarily considering themselves as villainous or bad. But in the case of Ben Diamond, I thought I'd just give that all up. But he's also a little bit of a fallen emperor in a sort of Roman kind of way. He's left Cuba. He's biding his time in Miami. And with that comes a certain lounging around in a sort of reptilian-like fashion by the pool. And that's where his sort of sexual depravity starts to sort of unleash.
Do you have any plans to get behind the camera? Because I know in the early part of your career, that's all you were really interested in.
Yes, I had
before you were dragged in front of the camera,
yes,
really.
I had no ambition to act. My ambition was to direct, and I was just I was in a little bit of a funk. There were years were going by in a kind of seasonless LA state. I was having a lot of meetings, and fellow directors, out of the kindness of their hearts, gave me small little parts, and the next thing I knew, the parts got bigger.
And here we are, right? And then I just saw you got cast in Keen.
Yes.
That's fantastic, with Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz. Oh, that's going to be
Tim
great.
Burton, which that's how I got into acting, was really wanting to work with people that I respect, to see if I could steal any great little tidbits as far as how they approached making their films. And really, that's still my driving force, is to work with people that I respect. No matter how big or small the part is.
I was looking over your kind of dossier, and I hope you take this the right way, because this is a compliment. But it seems as if you were almost meant to be 50. It's like your voice and your body and your hair and the parts have all kind of finally all come together.
Why, thank you.
Yes.
I suppose maybe it was a little bit of a late bloomer. But it helps to live a little bit. My greatest fear. Regrets. Too many regrets. Not being able to speak to somebody before I can tell them how I really feel. To die maybe without telling the people that are closest to me that I love them or forgive them or that I'm sorry. The talent I would most like to have is, I've always wanted to surf. I started in Australia, and I'm a terrible surfer, but those few seconds that I spend standing on the board suddenly make me understand words like awesome. That's all you get. Au revoir.